Hey YouTube, Ryan G37 here. About to do some upgrades. OEM, non-sport, standard caliper brakes. It's my BC coilovers. Also got SPC upper control arm to correct the toe, or not the toe, the camber during alignment. And all right, get started. Here's everything that we're going to need. Once we get the wheel off, the only thing you need to get the wheel off is I have a impact driver, with a 21mm socket to get the lugs off. So, starting, going to need 22mm. This is an impact driver just on a standard socket. That is going to be for the caliper bolts that bolt to the knuckle. Rubber hammer, that is knock it in. Not much room down there, not to get too much leverage. So I use that to break them loose, then just ratchet it as normal. A little coil, or you can use anything else, any sort of penetrating oil, PV blaster, WD-40, whatever. Little anti-seize, a 12mm extended socket for the nuts on the brake line itself. Then a brake line wrench. I believe it's a 12, could be a 10. This is either or, so it's fine. Pliers, or any sort of pliers will do. Don't have to be channel locks like this. Just to pull. There's like a cotter pin on the brake line to separate that. Oh, I'm missing my brake lines. I'll grab them in a second. But then just a little wire brush, clean everything up. Then here's what I'm putting on. These are Racing Brake. That's the brand. Oh, the little insignia is upside down, but that's Racing Brake. It's a 2-piece rotor, aluminum center. A lot of people might be thinking, why is it black? Blah blah blah. Well, all that is just a coating. All that will come off the second I put some pressure on the brakes. Then, like I said, I'm upgrading from the original. I wouldn't call them bad brakes. They're just not top of the line. These are Infiniti's actual sport brakes that come on actual sport models. So that's what I'm going to be using. So I went ahead and broke all the bolts loose rather, and got them going. So there's that one, this one, that one back here, this one right here. Then there's the top bolt right there. Then the bottom ones down there, you can see I already got them going. Used a hammer, worked like a charm. They were tight. I might have been able to get those two bolts just by hand, but that hammer made short work of them. So once I pull that out, pull them two bolts out, this whole caliper here, that'll be loose. I'll be able to pull that out of the way. Oh, I also broke loose. That's the it's hard to see because it's dark, but that's where the brake line goes into the caliper itself. I broke that loose already. If you're going to be doing this job, put a bucket underneath. I tightened that bolt back up so no fluids coming out, but at least it's broke loose. Then I forgot to mention that PV blaster or penetrating oil. I went ahead last night because I pulled all this apart last night. A little too cold out to start the job though, and I sprayed on here around the lug, or the wheel studs rather. Then in this groove here to try to separate it, because if you ever did rotors before, they always stick. Then penetrating oil on all the bolts, especially make sure you soak this one good in penetrating oil. You do not want to be breaking that. If you break that and you don't know how to make up a new line or what have you, you're for a world of hurt. So that's the biggest fear I had coming into this job, is breaking that. But like I said, soaked in penetrating oil. Put that wrench on there that's specifically made for brake lines. Opened right up, no problem. You know, it wasn't hard at all. It wasn't hard. So, if you were wondering, I did install my coilovers myself. Not a problem. Same thing with the camber arms. Not a problem. You know, if you're curious and want me to break down the install of that, I can. It's fairly simple. It's a little time consuming, but you know, I'd feel confident with a novice doing it. You know, you just have to. The only thing you have to look up your torque specs on all your bolts. It's basically this one here, that one there, and this one. That's your main three that hold the arm on. But then you do have the bolt on top here, which is, I believe it was a 27 millimeter. Those are hard to come by. I had to specially order one just for this job, and to put that on. But you know, then and there's the 3 bolts that go through here into your engine bay. But yeah, let's get started, and you know, by myself, so I'm gonna tear all this down and come back with you and prep to put all the new stuff on. All right, I'm back. When undid that bolt, yeah, the 2 bolts that hold the caliper on, the clip, took that out. It's sitting down right there for right now. That other bolt holding that fuel line on. One thing I did notice once I got in here, this line here, it's solid on the back. I don't know if you can see. This is a solid line, and this is a flex line here. So it's actually like 3-piece line, all these junctions, and you know, but this bolt here and that bolt there are opposed one another, so pretty much had to bend that line, yeah, not much, just a little bit to get it off. But once I got the one side off, the other side came off fairly easy. Then yeah, so right now what I did right before I really get going here, went in, busted out got the power washer out, power washed all this down real good. I don't know if you remember what it looked like before, but like all this in here was like black, and you know, I sprayed some heavy duty degreaser, sprayed it down, let it sit for about 5 minutes, then hosed it down with the power washer. Then I came back once it all dried, just put some plastic treatment, like a kind of like a tire shine pretty much, but it'll help preserve the plastic. See, I missed a little spot right there, but yeah, I mean, now it looks clean. You know, it is clean because I power washed it and hit it with the degreaser, but now it looks really good. It's like a new thing that I've been seeing on YouTube, people cleaning the crap out of their wheel wells. So I figured, why not? But yeah, basically caliper is just sitting there right now. Just gonna pull that off. Like I said, this is already loose. It's already loose. So that bolt, you know, that nut rather, is loose as well. So just gonna drop this caliper down, undo that. Well, actually, no, that's not true. What I'm gonna do is hook up the new line to the caliper so I don't lose too much fluid. Then I'll disconnect the OEM line, then as fast as I possibly can connect this one back up to where the OEM went into. And it's not hard. Not quite sure how that line is supposed to be. Once I get it all connected in there, I'll have to get it situated. Like these two little tie downs. I mean, I'm sure they're meant to hold it in 2 of the OEM locations, but not sure which ones, because there's 3. So want to do that, and what else? Oh yeah, I hit the rotor with some brake cleaner. You always want to do that. There was a little oil, a little residue on the rotor itself. You always want to spray it down. Oh, and if you were watching my other video, I used a new rag, not the other video, or the other rag from the other video with that had the anti-seize all over it. So don't want to be putting anti-seize on there. And yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and then we'll really be moving, and I'm almost done. It's not too much work after this. All right, back. Just like I said, pulled the caliper off. Had to hit the rotor a couple times with the mallet, but popped off pretty easily. One thing I was expecting, but did not mention before, is there's this little lip here, and that is going to have to be cut off because the rotors are, quite a bit larger than the OEM rotors. So I got my electric grinder out with a cutting disc. Gonna just cut that lip off, then I'll come back, smooth it out. Last time I used a sanding bit. I don't know if I'm gonna do that again this time. It's kind of a pain. Might just do the best I can with that cutting disc to smooth it out, then come back and hit it with some black paint. Still have that black paint out, so that's well, from the other video. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then slowly but surely it's coming along. Taking a little longer than what I originally hoped, but creating a YouTube video doesn't help. All right, just finished up painting this all around there, but hey, no one's gonna see it. Cut all that lip off, sprayed it black, front and back, make sure, front and back. But yeah, gonna test fit the rotor now. Actually, I'll do that while I got you here. Alright. Where is my lug nuts? Here they are. Alright. Not really a trick, but easy thing to do when you're putting a rotor on. Just throw a lug nut on there, and that'll secure it to the face of the hub, so it's tight. Sometimes this one's good. Alright, and look behind. It's tight, but it's not touching. There you go. You can see that dust shield. It's good to go. Yeah, right there. Alright, that's what we're looking for. So, like I said before, now I'm going to break that line right there, pull all that off. Then I got my other one all ready to go. And, oh, I almost missed it. The banjo bolt, it was in a little bag. There's the bag with the other banjo bolt, but it also had this in it. So now we know there's our 3 points, or 3 bolts. So here's the wrench. That's a different size now, but well, this is for the other line, but there it is. It still fits. So just got these on Amazon. Pretty good. I only use them like, this is my second time ever using them, so, or no, I'm sorry, third time, but same, all good. And oh yeah, oh, here's the scrap. This is the scrap. that came off, and there's a piece of cardboard that I used to, so I didn't spray everything while I was painting. And all right, just finished up bleeding brakes. My beautiful wife helped me do that. If you guys have never bled brakes before, this right here is your bleeder valve. It has a cap on it right now, but then here on these brakes, it's hard to see, but there's another one right down there. And this is how I ran the line. I'm not exactly sure how is the exact way to run it, but this is how I ran it. Put that one bracket there, and this one I angled it ever so slightly to bend it down because there was a little extra slack in the back there, and I didn't want to get it anywhere near that axle, given this is all-wheel drive, has front axles. Then put my pin back in, cleaned everything up, and tightened everything down. Caliper went on pretty good. These are used calipers that I got off a gentleman on Facebook, and as you can see there, I do have spacers. I installed them. If they are 20mm spacers. Basically, the front is a little bit trickier to install than the rears. The rears are simple. You just, once you apply your e-brake, the whole rotor is seized up. But, well, not seized, but you know what I'm saying. This, it's a free floating rotor. So what I did was I took these pliers and ever so gently put them right there. So as I'm torquing down on these nuts, that is stopping the rotor from moving in the appropriate direction. So now, like I said, the brakes are bled. My wife said they felt pretty good. You know, the car's not running or anything, but there's a general feel that the brakes have, and if you have air in your system, you can definitely tell. And she said there was none of that. So now all that's left is clean up. Most of that's water. Some oil dripped out, brake fluid rather. Driveway is sealed, so I'm not too concerned. I do try to wipe everything up when I'm done, just to be tidy and not degrade my sealant that I just put on last spring. I don't know if you can see a whole bunch of metal filings from when I grinded that lip off. Definitely, I was just wearing some of these rubber gloves. I'm pretty handy with that grinder, but if you never did it before, try to wear some not loose fitting gloves, but you definitely want some sort of gloves, and definitely eye protection and ear protection, because it is loud. Those grinders are fairly inexpensive. I was given this one, but you can easily pick one up at Harbor Freight for not much money at all. Here's my impact gun. I did use this, take the wheels on and off in Gervishall Ran. Very excellent gun. Definitely pricey. If you're a little garage, do-it-yourselfer type of guy, that is quite a commitment. I forget exactly the price, but it was over $200. Not really trying to use a Harbor Freight one of those. I don't know. That's a crummy connector I got there. I need to get a new one, but it gives me excellent movability versus just having a straight coupler. Like I said, as you can see, quite a mess. Gotta start cleaning everything up now. Throw that wheel on, do the other side obviously, and then drop the car down, pull the jack stands, and be on my way. Well, after following proper break-in of the brakes, The backs, the rears are already completed. I did those a couple days ago. They are stopping excellent. They look, I think they look very good. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. If anyone has any better ideas of how to run that line, feel free to comment, because I'll definitely appreciate any wisdom you might have for it. But other than that, I will be seeing you guys later.